Now, well, we got cars from BYD as low as 7,700 US. This is going to be going through until June. Do you think this will be enough to help them boost sales? And do you expect other EV makers, car makers to follow suit?
I think what BYD is going through is a unintended consequence of the tariff war that is happening between U.S. and China. I think what has happened is the whole world, the trade system has come onto a pause, and therefore there is a significant pressure in Chinese domestic markets on all these EVs to sell their product, and the inventory is piling up. And therefore, what BYD has done is, I would say, a trendsetter. Or since BYD is a market leader by far, I reckon that all other manufacturers, EV manufacturers, have to follow the suit, and they would definitely need to adjust the prices as far as their own models are concerned. So this is not a good sign. I think typically the third quarter is not a great quarter, and therefore most of the automakers want to get rid of the inventories that they have, and therefore this price slash is something, a desperate attempt to get rid of the inventories.
So how is a company able to cut prices to this magnitude, as much as 34%? What is the impact on margins to the supply chain?
I think that's a big enigma for me as well. When I looked at this number 33%, I wanted to really fact check this, whether this is actually true, because I don't know of any automaker who has a gross margin of 33%. So I'm not sure how this 33% margin cut has happened, but that also indicates the level of desperation. Maybe the stock pileup is so huge that holding the stock is more expensive than letting it go for a smaller price. So I don't think this is coming out of their margin. It is definitely undercutting, is my personal opinion.
All right, so we are watching the inventory stockpiles, and China automobile inventory reached 3.5 million units in April. That's equivalent to 57 days of supply. Now, this also brings up my next question, and it is about what the Commerce Department in China is now investigating with some of these automakers and some of these car associations, is the sale of used cars, which are basically new cars with zero mileage. Is this a tactic to hit their sales target, or what are they doing here?
I think this is not something that is new. I think although this phenomenon has come to the fore, but this is not something new. This is something which is a mismatch between demand projection and the supply. So if the vehicles are sent to the dealer and dealer is not able to sell it forward, then they are basically giving a discount on that vehicle, and then that is getting sold as a used vehicle. So typically it would go further below by 20 to 30%, because now it is dealer's inventory. It is no longer under the control of the OEM, and therefore the dealers are technically free to do whatever they want, because they are the ones who are paid for and purchase the vehicle. So I won't say this is something new, but considering the stock pileup, and unfortunately, automotive industry is such that you can't really stop production. The production has to happen. You can only gradually slow it down. So there is a tremendous mismatch between, if the demand drops, the production cannot adjust. It will take a good 3 months for them to adjust the production. And therefore, all these are interim problems that we will face in the market. And the pressure will be felt not just in China, but in elsewhere in the world as well.
Do you have any idea how much these cars are being sold for? So these new cars with zero mileage, compared to now we have the new cars being cut by 34%.
I think the prices would be almost the same, because typical thumb rule in the automotive industry is the moment the vehicle is registered or purchased by the dealer or first owner takes it over, then the prices go down by anywhere between 25 to 30%. So I imagine that whatever the dealers are doing and selling this zero mileage second-hand vehicle, now OEMs are dropping the price to adjust to that, so that they are also able to sell their inventory.
We've heard now from Great Wall Motors chairman comments about what's happening in the automotive industry, and he's likening it to Evergrande. This is in reference to BYD and how some of the dangers that with these huge price cuts, what they are doing. Do you think that there is merit to what he's saying, that this is an Evergrande? We saw what has happened to Evergrande. The company is now currently being liquidated by a Hong Kong court.
I think one positive point for BYD is it's a profit-making and a cash-positive company. So to that extent, I'm not sure if this price cut is going to make them cash negative or not, because I think what they're trying to do is to ensure that they remain cash positive. So whereas in real estate, the cash flows work differently. You have huge unsold inventory and you're supposed to liquidate it over a long period of time. The cash cycle is that much more shorter. So I'm not sure if it would exactly mean that Evergrande movement or not, because of the cash cycle being shorter and BYD being cash positive. So one thing is BYD, I'm not so sure, but there would be some smaller car makers who are not cash positive, who are not profit making, and who are not really strong in the market. They will definitely feel the heat.
We'll talk about consolidation in a minute. The Great Wall Motor chairman also says that this prolonged price war will be causing harm to the supply chain. Is there truth in that?
I think ripple effects are going to go everywhere. Supply chain consists of making supplies to a whole lot of players. And if the players consolidate, then obviously suppliers also consolidate. So once consolidation happens, the ripple effects will go not only upstream but also downstream. Some dealerships will have to close down. Some service stations will have to close down. So similarly, the ripple effects will be everywhere. And again, as I mentioned, this is not just China, but ripple effects will be felt everywhere else where Chinese OEMs are operating.